Hey, we're back for an episode of A Man and His Dog. And I always like for these stories to have some type of moral lesson. Things you guys can learn from an experienced bachelor, entrepreneur. Somebody say entrepreneur? Is that right? Come into the camera, Junior. So they know you. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I can go lay down now. I was dating this girl who convinced me that she was a stripper with a heart of gold. Her name was Nikki. She worked at a club named Whispers out by Legends, which is in Kansas City, Kansas. That should have been my first clue. Plus, I told all my friends about her, and she was gorgeous, a little skinny girl. She just looked like a little baby, and you wanted to save her. And everyone said, you're out of your mind. She has not one, not two, but 3 children out of wedlock. None of them are yours, and they're little kids, and they're mixed. I don't know why I had a huge crush on her, because she had a baby voice, and maybe it was her body odor. Who knows? I was out of my mind. So, just a couple years ago. So we had a pretty serious relationship. I was totally loyal to her, and I'm thinking, how can I make this work? At the time, we were thinking of opening a Stanford Sons of my comedy clubs in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. So I was going to LA. I just sold my movie, the book, The King's Sting, and at that time, it was going to be written for Mayhem at Disney. And I was going to work with the other writer, David Young. I was flying into LA, and I was all excited. But I thought I'd surprise Nikki, who I trusted because I knew she was loyal, and she was a stripper with a heart of gold. So my manager, David, was dropping me off at the airport. It was about 10 or 11 o'clock at night. I go, let's stop by, because she lived kind of a bad neighborhood. I lived in a good neighborhood. I really didn't want to drive over there, but I wanted to say goodbye and surprise her. We pull up to her little apartment complex. I run up the steps, right, Coco? And knock on the door to give her a kiss goodbye on the way to the airport to LA. Now it's about 10:45 p.m. The door opens, there's a guy 6'5" in the doorway. It wasn't Nikki. He goes, you're waking up my kids. And I went, what? I look at the apartment number, I go, I'm at the wrong apartment. Dave goes, you're not at the wrong apartment, let's go. I had a couple of cocktails at the car on the way to the airport. And I go, what do you mean? And the guy goes, you're waking up my kids. And I went, what? And Dave goes, let's go. Because then I see what's coming next. I'm going, wait a minute. This guy's, oh my God, this guy's with my girlfriend. He's in there doing the dirty stuff with poor little Nikki, my girlfriend. And I'm on the way to LA to do this $1 million deal. And she's like, run, upset me. So she called me later that night, swore that it was her baby's daddy, and he was just watching the kids. And, you know, that she wasn't there and she was out drinking, right? You want to believe him because you love him, right? So then we had a heart-to-heart when I got back from LA, and we were eating at a restaurant, and she was on her knees telling me she swore in her baby's lives that she wouldn't lie. She was not sleeping with that guy. When she left to go to the bathroom, the waitress came over and she goes, are you Craig Glazer? And I went, yeah. She goes, I'm her neighbor. I babysit for her. She wanted me to lie for her, but I'm a good Christian. She said when you pounded on the door, her baby's daddy had his pants down, and they were in bed together, and she didn't know what to do, and she wanted me to lie for her. So how did it end? I was letting her use my Mercedes, a used car. Yeah, we picked that car up. That's the car we drive the comedians around in today. I don't see Nikki anymore, the lying little bitch. Right, Coco? See, a lesson learned.